Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining the call today. My name is Chinmay Bhavani Shankar, and I am part of the U.S. Partner Experience team. Along with me today will be members of the MPN support team. Mayra Barrios will be answering any questions that you will have in the chat window before I get to it. We will also have Jonathan Gardner, who's the subject matter expert on Azure, and he'll be talking about cloud platform competency as well. To go over the agenda really quickly, if you've been to any of the calls in this series, this is the third of the call in the Cloud Competency Attainment call series, and we're talking about cloud platform today. The structure is pretty much the same. I'll give you a brief overview of the Microsoft Partner Network, the membership options, action-packed subscription, and the cloud competencies. We'll talk about competency requirements in general. What are the requirements across all competencies and also specific to cloud platform. We'll talk about benefits, and then I'll show you some resources that you will find useful in order to get the cloud platform competencies, and then we'll open it up to Q&A. If you've been on these calls before, please bear with me. Some of this material will be repetitive until we get to cloud platform competency specifically. This is also an acronym-free call. As we go through it, if there are any acronyms, they will be completely explained on the slide, and if not, feel free to ask. The Microsoft Partner Network empowers you with the expertise you need to serve your customers. With opportunities, you seek to strengthen your capabilities and the tools to ensure that you're profitable. And of course, it connects you with communities where you can connect with other partners to push the boundaries of innovation. Now, through this, we aim to ensure that you can increase customer connections as you take on the market. When you join MPN or the Microsoft Partner Network, you receive a set of core benefits that can help you save time and money while you strengthen your capabilities and better serve your customers. Now, whether you're an individual looking for information, testing the waters, or a small business looking for support, or an established company looking to differentiate your business, our partner program offers membership options that cater to what you need. You can sign up as a network member, which is free, and you will have access to benefits like training and support. You can also buy an action-packed subscription that adds on to the benefits of a network member and gives you access to internal use rights. And over the years, we've taken feedback from partners about action-packed subscription, and we've now set it up for auto-renewal, and the enrollment experience is also improved. There was an assessment, and we've removed that as a requirement so that it's easier for you to get the action-packed subscription. The third membership option, which is more relevant to us today, is competencies, and it has two levels, silver and gold. You can obtain this by taking certifications, exams, meeting sales performance requirements, obtaining customer references, and paying fees where applicable. Now, while silver competencies represent consistent capability, expertise, and commitment, gold competencies demonstrate best-in-class capability within a specific Microsoft solution area. Partners can earn both gold and silver in any of the 28 competencies, and that include cloud, on-premise, and hybrid cloud capabilities. With a competency, you get incremental internal use right benefits, support, and also advisory hours. Of the 28 competencies, there are 5 cloud competencies. Now, competencies are a great way to demonstrate to current and potential customers both the scope of your expertise, the depth of your experience, and the competencies have been improved over time, and most recently we've lowered the thresholds for quicker achievement. As you can see, there are 5 cloud competencies, and for Office 365 there was cloud productivity and small and mid-market cloud solutions. We've gone over both of them individually, and for Azure it's cloud platform, and that's what we'll be going over today. There's also cloud customer relationship management competency and the enterprise mobility management competency, which we will be tackling in depth over the next couple weeks. If you're not yet ready for a cloud competency, then the Action Pack subscription is for you. For less than $500, you can get the new and improved Action Pack loaded with tools and solutions to help you learn more and grow faster. With the Action Pack enrollment, you automatically get access to internal use rights, which now include Windows 10 Enterprise Upgrade, Enterprise Mobility Suite, Office 365 E3, and Azure monthly credits. Going over to competency requirements. The basic requirements, the grouping is the same. You will need customer evidence, certifications, show sales performance, and pay fees where applicable. Now you're demonstrating your experience by providing customer references, and for a silver competency it's typically 3 references, and for gold it is 5. Certifications and exams depend on each competency. We want you to demonstrate your expertise by completing the required technical assessments and exams and certifications. You can also attain multiple competencies by taking these certifications. And performance is also specific to each of the competencies. For fees, there's only one fee that's due per year. For silver, it is about $1,660, and for gold, it is $3,940. For customer evidence, diving a little bit deeper into this, the process to obtain a customer reference involves 3 steps. First, you'll request a reference from your customer through the Partner Membership Center. In order to do that, you'll have to sign in to the Partner Membership Center, and from the Requirements and Assets menu in the Partner Membership Center, you'll click Create Customer Reference. And then in the Select Location field, you'll click down and select a location for which to create and submit a reference. From here, you'll need to click Select and fill out the customer and project details. The second step would be to notify your customer to ensure that your customer fills out the reference. So once you actually finish the step in the Partner Membership Center, your customer will be sent an email, and you can review what that email looks like in the sample customer reference email. The next step is, once the customer is done filling out the reference, check in Partner Membership Center to make sure that this is complete. And also, once approved, the customer reference is valid for 2 years and will need to be renewed after 2 years. So please keep that in mind. If you do plan on having competencies, either check back in the Partner Membership Center so that you know whether it's valid or not, or set up a reminder on your calendar once you finish the customer reference for 2 years down the line so that you don't forget and your competency is not in jeopardy because of this. Every competency has a different set of requirements, and there are usually multiple options. So you can choose from that and see what is convenient to you or the technical personnel in your company. Again, as I said before, your organization can attain multiple competencies. So for example, if your employees pass the eligible competency exams for multiple silver or gold competencies, you can count those exams towards attaining multiple gold and silver competencies. Microsoft Partner Learning Paths is a valuable resource to figure out what exams you need to take and how you can be trained to take those exams. It not only lists out the exams and what they're about, but it also has recommended training that will prepare you for these exams and assessments. In terms of performance, again, every competency has a different set of requirements. One thing to note is that performance assessment is shifting from seats sold to active usage and consumption. You will need to be partner of record to apply your Office 365 or Azure deployments towards your cloud competencies. So digital partner of record automates how you're attached as the partner of record. For fees, again, it's due 1 time per year, and for a silver competency, it would be $1,660, and for gold, it would be $3,940. If you have any billing issues or questions, make sure you contact support. And before you contact support, please have your MPN ID and also make sure you know what your anniversary date is. Now, specific to cloud platform competency, what are the requirements? For customer evidence, you'll need 3 customer references for silver, 5 for gold. Again, these expire every 2 years, so make sure that you keep that in mind and have that date handy. Certifications, for silver, you'll have 1 individual that will need to complete 1 technical assessment and 1 exam. And for gold, you will need 2 individuals that will have to complete 1 technical assessment and 1 exam. Now, in terms of performance, for the silver cloud platform competency, partners must demonstrate at least $15,000 in Microsoft Azure customer consumption and or Azure Partner EA consumption, enterprise agreement consumption. And for gold, partners must demonstrate $100,000 of consumption. In terms of fees, and this is applicable to all cloud competencies, for silver cloud competencies, there's no fee until June 30th, 2016. So this date is coming up, and if you're thinking of getting any of the cloud competencies, I would urge you to get to the silver as soon as possible so that you can make use of the fact that there is no fee. And for gold, the fee is $3,940, and again, not including local taxes. For cloud platform competency in terms of exams and certifications, for silver, 1 individual must pass 1 of the following technical assessments, the 3 that are listed there. So using Microsoft Azure for data center solutions, using Azure for data analytics and data platform solutions, and using Microsoft Azure for application development. So for silver, it's 1 individual doing 1 technical assessment of the 3 options and 1 exam of the 3 options. For gold,
Chinmay, I just want to call out that on the MPN site, and what we've been serving all up is 1 test. 1 person is required to take an assessment or an exam.
Okay.
There's not, you don't have to take an exam and an assessment. It's one or the other. It's an option.
Okay. Thank you, Michelle.
You bet.
That's a good call out. I think I missed that one. And so it's or 1 exam. So it's either a technical assessment or an exam. That makes things a lot simpler. And for gold, it would be 2 individuals that would pass 1 technical assessment or 1 exam. So it's 1 of the 3 options that you have. I would just like to call out for Digital Partner of Record, make sure that you are listed as the Digital Partner of Record. It automates how you're attached as the Partner of Record for the subscriptions that you're actively managing. One more thing, I was talking to Nick Johnson, who's also the subject matter expert, and Jonathan about this, who did mention that if you're managing customers with multiple subscriptions, make sure that you are listed as the partner of record for these multiple subscriptions so that you don't lose out. Ron, the exam, so it's usually, from what Michelle also said, from the website and from the requirements, it's either an assessment or an exam.
Yep, that's right, Chinmay. Ron, the test, the assessment was always there before, and the technical exam, that was added, I believe, at the beginning of this year as another option.
Thank you, Michelle.
Yep.
Can you use a customer reference for more than 1 competency? Michael, as far as I know, the support team can actually confirm this. The customer reference is for 1 competency only.
That would be correct. The customer references are for one competency only.
Okay, so you cannot use one customer reference for more than one competency, Michael. Hope that answers your question. So for core benefits, I would like to call out across all competencies, there are some core benefits, and particularly for cloud platform competency, there are incremental benefits. So it's again grouped into sales, marketing, support, and enablement. So for sales, you will be eligible for certain partner incentives. You have access to technical pre-sales assessment. In terms of marketing, with a competency, with any competency, you would have access to the Partner Marketing Center, and also you will have prioritized listing in the Pinpoint directory, and you would get a Microsoft competency logo. For support, partner advisory hours is something that is not used as much by partners, but it is a valuable resource. You have access to about 20 advisory hours for silver and 50 for gold. So these advisory hours help you, are kind of like technical consulting hours. You can use them to either talk about a project that you're thinking of or an implementation, or look at the business model that you're planning for and get some advice as to how to proceed on that. In terms of product support, for silver you have about 15 incidents, and for gold 20. And of course you have unlimited signature cloud support if it's a cloud performance competency. Internal use rights, again, is an additional benefit for a competency, and for silver you'll get up to 25 licenses per product, and for a gold competency you'll get 100 licenses per product. You can get more details on the page, the core benefits page that is also linked on this slide. Now the incremental benefits for the cloud platform competency. For Azure, you get about $100 per month for any competency, so that's the core benefit. But in addition to that, if you have a cloud platform competency, you get additionally $6,000 worth of Azure credit per year as a bulk credit. And you would get about $12,000 in Azure credit per year as a bulk credit. So this is in addition to what you already have. And again, you will also get additional Visual Studio and a 2015 Enterprise, so 5 licenses for silver and 25 for gold. If you're looking at your internal use rights benefits, you're working towards a competency or you already have a competency, invest the time to activate your benefits. You're already paying for it in one way, shape, or form. There is a blog post that I'd written that kind of consolidates all the resources that there are. And the calls, if you look at the call recording, I walked through the steps with the support team to activate each one of these internal use right benefits. So the more you use your internal use licenses, the more familiar you are with your products and the better you can sell, and you can also use it for internal productivity as well. Jonathan, are you on the call? Hi, Jonathan. I know you are on the call. Hopefully you can talk. I know you're at Tech Ready.
Yeah.
Hello. I just wanted to call out some of the... Yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
I just wanted to call out some of the Azure Partner Community resources. I know we had talked about Microsoft Virtual Academy and the Channel 9 technical videos, the Azure Partner Readiness Catalog. And in addition to that, you had some blog posts that were up too. Could you talk to that a little bit and kind of tell us what resources are most helpful if someone's starting out versus if someone needs like more in-depth information?
Sure. Everything's kind of tiered out. When you look at approaching a competency, and my background, I actually came from a partner to Microsoft, and we held, I think at one point it was 15 gold competencies. So pretty well versed in managing the competency structure. But there are a lot of different resources from a technical standpoint on getting ready for the competency levels and trying to achieve those, especially around certifications. The resources that are on the screen right now, Microsoft Virtual Academy has multiple and certainly has multiple different levels and training paths to prepare you for those certifications exams. Channel 9 is a fantastic resource as well, where they have different levels from, hey, give me an overview of this particular feature, to deep dives in particular sessions on preparing you. So those two would be great resources to start out with, and most of those are video resources. So they're consumed very, very easily and allow you to kind of follow along as somebody does that. The Azure Partner Readiness Catalog is a crowdsourced resource that my team and others in the partner technology strategist role have kind of are curating content with the latest and greatest information. And we certainly provide community calls, blog posts. Yeah, there's a Yammer group you can join and ask questions on. Certainly, there's also some really good resources around preparing for exams. There's quite a few books that are already out for exam prep, and then a couple of actual courses that you can go take at your local training provider to get ready. So there's certainly varying ways that you consume the information. Most of those are up here to help get you ready. Really, the idea is we've kind of provided a path for you no matter where you start, whether you start as someone who doesn't know anything about Azure and you need to get started, or somebody who is ready to go take the exam, needs the technical preparation to do so. So we try and provide resources all along that spectrum so you can get started wherever you may be.
That's fantastic. Thank you. And also, I know in the Azure Partners group on Yammer, you and Nick are very active in answering questions and kind of engaging with the partners and generating discussions, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. We drive everybody there to try and have that open discussion. A lot of times, actual partners will help each other out before we can even get in there and answer. But we are very, very active on there. You can feel free to reach out to me there. I'm certainly on Twitter. You can reach out to me on there or through my email. I'm happy to help out wherever I can if somebody has a question about technical readiness and getting prepared for certification exams.
Yep. And the community calls, so the Azure community calls where the National Partner Technology Strategic Team for the US Azure Partner Community, they will look at a specific topic related to Azure and how you can build a practice around it and sell more. These calls happen every third Thursday of every month. So that's, again, a great resource which has a monthly cadence that you can kind of come back to and listen in and see what's going on and what's new in the Azure world.
Absolutely. And another good thing I would call out as far as the blog posts go is while we talk a lot about preparing for the competency, the internal use rights that were mentioned as well as part of being a Microsoft partner can be a huge advantage. And Frank Competency on the National Partner Technology Strategist team wrote a series of blog posts about maximizing those internal use rights. And I highly advise everybody to check those out because you get so much with the partnership with Microsoft, and we want you to be able to really get the most out of that. Once you become and get a competency and have access to some of that stuff, you can really start to do some interesting things and play with it so that when you look to prepare for your next level of competency, you can take great, you can maximize that value.
Yep, thank you for calling that one out. Also, for a digital partner of record, can you talk a little bit more about the importance of that for partners, specifically in terms of Azure and the competency?
Yeah, so the Digital Partner of Record program allows you to essentially take credit for driving Azure revenue. And the way it works is as a partner, you go in and assign yourself to the Digital Partner of Record for that individual account or subscription so that you can get credit and we can track, hey, this partner has been able to influence this much revenue through driving Azure. So it's very important that as you start to develop an Azure practice and start to develop those engagements, that you make sure that you get signed up on that, so we can see internally, because that's how we track a lot of performance metrics on the inside of what you're doing to drive our business.
Thank you, Jonathan. Michael has a question. Can you see your digital partner of record for Azure customers on the portal?
So I guess the question would be which portal, but yeah, there's a centralized place for you to start to see that stuff pull through. It's in constant development, and to be honest with you, I'd have to follow up. If you ask that question in the Yammer group, I'll be able to follow up a little better.
The partners have access to their dashboard to be able to see where they have digital partner of record associated to them. And if you are missing any subscriptions in which you believe you should have credit for, you should really reach out to MPN Solve and work through getting those addressed. If not, you can get it escalated through one of your partner team members.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, so you will be able to see that in your dashboard, and I think there's a little bit of lag time to when you'll be able to see it. Is that right, Michelle? Do you know?
Receiving the credit for it, yeah, you may not see it for 30 days or through one billing cycle before it appears. So do keep that in mind when you activate your digital partner record.
Okay, Michelle, you were cutting off, but I think I caught it. There's about a 30-day lag, so you will see it on your dashboard within 30 days. And if you don't, do reach out to MPN support. And Michael, you said that you didn't know if you were a member of the Azure Yammer group. The link on this particular slide, which says Azure Partners Yammer Group, should take you there if you're already a member of the partner network, and you should be able to join the group. If you're not, just join the Yammer network, the US Partner Yammer community, and then you can look for Azure Partners Yammer Group. So you can also search for Azure Partners Yammer Group as well. Thank you, Jonathan. Tim, your question, customer consumption performance requirements are in advance of competency or in the first year to sustain? So you'll have to show the consumption before you actually get the competency. It is a requirement, and also to sustain. So the next year when you're renewing your competency, you will have to show that much consumption in the trailing 12 months.
And Chimai, real quick, I'll add to that the consumption requirement is either anything that you've influenced through your customers, as well as your own consumption through pay-as-you-go, through EA, CSP, Open. You have to, so collectively, both of those, again, through your customer and your own use, equal that consumption requirement.
Yeah, that is a great point, Michelle. A lot of times partners don't provide their own consumption in there, so that's also eligible for that accounts for consumption as well. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. A few other things, a few other blog posts that you might want to read. So there is the MPN 101 post that Diane Golshan had put together for guidance to managing your relationship with Microsoft as you embark on this competency journey. There's also another blog post that talks about renewing your Microsoft competency and some tips for that. Diane also put together a high-level overview of 10 things that you need to know as a US partner for 2016. So going into 2016, what do you need to know, and what do you have to kind of stay aware of throughout the year? And of course, Sharon Lee is also talking about a blog post where she talks about ISVs and app builders and how the Microsoft Action Pack kind of applies to that. So just some blog posts to read if you ever have some free time, even though we're all busy, but some things to keep in mind, or where to get to it if you ever have a question. Cloud SureStep is another program that I would like to highlight. So it is designed to help you maximize your profitability. You can get more information and you can look at the resources there by going to the Cloud SureStep portal. The U.S. Small and Medium Business Partner Center is, again, something that I would like to highlight. The Small and Medium Business group has a lot of events coming up. They have a road show, which we call SMB Live, that's starting in February. You will also see a lot of regional insider calls and partner online technical training. So all of this that we talk about in terms of offers and incentives, if you are dealing in the small and medium business area, you can go to the SMB Partner Center and you'll get all the information there. They also launched an insider community, and they have fantastic sales and marketing resources in addition to everything that we have in MPN. Definitely a resource to go check out. This is the one slide that has all the links for everything that we talked about, including the Azure Partner Community. But in addition to that, what you need to kind of stay engaged with the US Partner Community, how do you get on to the Yammer network? What, in terms of training, do you need to know? I'd particularly like to call out the hot sheet, which is the training schedule for the next 2 months that lists all the in-person and virtual training that is coming up. So if there's anything coming to your city, you have that insight into that for the next 2 months and you can plan accordingly. Make sure you bookmark that. If nothing else, make sure you know where to get to this particular slide because it has all the links that you will need. With that, I'd like to open it up to questions. And just as a reminder, next Wednesday on February 10th at 9:30, we'll be talking about the Cloud Customer Relationship Management Competency. And throughout this call, I just wanted to call out in the exams and certifications slide, there was an error. So it's an assessment or an exam. There are two different options, and it's not and. I'll make sure before the deck is posted that the change is made, but I wanted to call that out. And thank you, Michelle, for correcting me on that one. If you have any other questions, please post them now and we'll answer them as soon as we can. Richard, you said we are a gold PPM partner. Would the previous session cloud productivity be relevant to us? If so, where could I view it? So the cloud productivity session is posted on the Yammer group in MPN 101 and also on the All Network. If you are not part of the Yammer group yet, you can join the Yammer group and you'll be able to see the file there. If you can't find it, just send me a message and I will point you to it as well. Jason, regarding online services incentives, is the new incentive 10% for all subscribed cloud services for fiscal year 16? Incentive-based questions, I am not very familiar with. I will have to get back to you on that. If you can send me a message, I will get to the right team and get you the answer. Ryan, how can I run a report to see our yearly usage? The online services dashboard only shows me monthly. Michelle, do you think you'll be able to answer that? I don't know if we have a yearly roundup of that.
I'm not sure. I don't have access to the dashboard, but I can seek that out for you to find out.
Thank you.
You bet.
Ryan, we'll follow up with you. Alex, you're asking about the override for performance goal. We applied for it, but did not get it, and they gave us no reason why. I'm not sure what the process is. I know they have certain requirements, and overrides are far and few in between. So you can contact MPN support and see if they have any additional insight into that. Alrighty, if we don't have any other questions, I'd like to give you a few minutes back on your calendar. I hope this call was useful, and I hope to see you on the next call, if at all that is relevant, or if you just want to kind of know what the customer relationship management competency is all about. We'll have subject matter experts as well. Thank you, Jonathan, for taking the time, even though you were at Tech Ready Conference, and thank you, Michelle, for keeping me honest, and Myra for answering all the questions. If you have any additional questions, please feel free to post them in the Yammer group. We're all active in there, either in the Azure Partners group or in the MPN 101 group. You have access to me and to Jonathan and to Michelle. Thank you so very much, and have a wonderful day.